I've gone back and forth on whether or not I wanted to cover this topic and specifically this person. I have decided that with their recent behavior, I do want to discuss them a little bit. So, you saw the thumbnail and you clicked on this video, and you may or may not know who Alexa Nikolas is. If you're like me, then you know her because she was on Zoe 101. And at some point in the last few years, you found her again on Twitter, saw her whole Eat Predators thing, thought it was a good cause to support, and you probably followed her and have been keeping up with her maybe on and off for the past few years. Chances are you stopped paying attention to Alexa because of her behavior becoming a little bit. Perhaps the best way to describe it is erratic. I don't know. I have gone back and forth on making this video because personally, I think Alexa is genuinely just not in the best place. I think it would do her some good to take a step back from the internet and perhaps reevaluate herself and try and get herself back to a healthy place. But that is my very surface level take from what I have seen online. Now, what have I seen online? Recently, Alexa has buddied up to Ethan Klein, which is ultimately why I am talking about her today. I have mostly ignored her, even though I very much have not been a fan of her behavior for a while now. Overall, Alexa is not that relevant, which is why I think she's latching on to Ethan Klein. She has her own enemies that she would like to go after, and she would like to use Ethan's audience, Ethan's clout, Ethan's influence to do so. The main point of this video was basically just going to be to draw a bunch of comparisons between Alexa and Ethan, because in my opinion, they are two peas in a pod. The only real difference is that Alexa is perhaps a little bit more messy, a little bit less careful, perhaps demonstrated by her drunk live stream the other night that she promptly deleted so that nobody could see. Unfortunately for her, the internet is forever, and people, of course, clipped and recorded a bunch of it. So, too bad, so sad, Alexa. Originally, I did a video where I watched some clips from the live stream, and I might still play some of it for you so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. When I say she's like Ethan, I mean it. For example, she is currently engaging in a frivolous lawsuit against someone because she feels like they defamed her. Of course, if you've been following Alexa for quite some time, you will notice that her fall from grace, so to speak, is not because of any enemies of hers, but because of her. Her own behavior, her own actions. People didn't like how she was moving online. People didn't like how she was moving in the Eat Predators space, and people have disassociated from her. An incident involving Drake Bell was a big one, but of course in suing Kat Tembarge, Alexa has also attempted to rope in Adam McIntyre because that is someone that she also has beef with. So Alexa has, just like Ethan Klein, launched a lawsuit against someone with the intentions of roping somebody else who is not involved in the lawsuit into it. The same way Ethan has attempted to bring Hassan into his lawsuits with Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron. Another point of comparison between Alexa and Ethan is the way that they like to bully people and then claim that they themselves are being bullied. Once again, we will use Adam McIntyre as an example. Alexa likes to call him a rat, among other things, and her audience seems to have taken up the position of being rather homophobic towards Adam, which is what seems to have started Alexa's new beef with Paige Christie. She went into Alexa's chat to defend Adam from a lot of homophobia being directed his way, which sparked Alexa to start going after Paige Christie, and, well, I will be linking a lot of videos down below so you can get caught up on this situation a little bit. There is a lot of lore here, I suppose, and far too much for me to try and fit into this video. So I do recommend that you check out some videos down below. I will also be including a video from a former member of Eat Predators that's been going around recently, so you can get an idea of how all of that went down with Alexa. And I do recommend you at least take a look at that video just to understand who Alexa is and the fact that she's been like this for quite some time. It's not something new, she's just no longer doing a very good job of hiding it, it seems. Going back to the lawsuit, Alexa is suing Kat Tembarge for defamation. However, she included in her lawsuit a part where she talks about Kat Tembarge supposedly getting Adam alcohol when he visited the United States and he was underage. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is such a ridiculous thing that I don't even feel like discussing it, but it is kind of important, and I do think I should go into it just because this shit should be shut down, right? Adam has already talked about how this is not the case, and interestingly enough, it seems like the person who would really be at fault in this situation is a friend of Alexa's who has been not owning up to it at all, and Alexa, of course, ignores that part of it and continues to blame Kat. But I would also like to point out that we are talking about an incident that took place a few years ago now, and we are also talking about something that takes place literally every day in America. I'm sorry, you are not a serious person if you are complaining about somebody buying alcohol for a minor a few years ago, okay? When nothing came of the situation, nothing bad happened. Yeah, okay, listen, you shouldn't drink underage, but the reason you shouldn't drink underage is because you can get in a lot of legal trouble for that. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, don't drink underage because alcohol is bad for you. That's just across the board. Don't drink because alcohol is bad for you. You know, you'll do stupid shit. You probably shouldn't be drinking. It's not good for your body. But you know, if you want to have fun, go do your shit. I don't care. I really don't. And I certainly don't care about someone buying someone who's like old enough to drink in other countries alcohol. The only thing is that they're on American soil where it is illegal. That's it. Like, that's it. It's such a stupid thing for her to be like, this is such a smoking gun, such a big thing that has nothing to do with her defamation lawsuit. And for some reason, well, we know the reason. It's because she hates Adam and she hates Kat, and she just wants to destroy their reputation as much as she can, but she picked the stupidest thing. Does she think Americans give a fuck about this? She's American. Does she not understand the alcohol culture here in America? Maybe it's because I'm from a state that's got a lot of beer culture. I don't know. It's become clear to me that Alexa wants to paint this as some sort of predatory situation. You have the older Kat Tenbarge getting alcohol for the younger Adam McIntyre, and the idea is that Kat is preying on Adam in some way, shape, or form, but I think we can all kind of see that that is not the case here, and trying to make this situation into that is a disservice to real survivors, to real victims. And it is incredibly depressing to see not only Alexa try and paint this picture, but her audience also tries to make this argument as well. If you really care about people drinking underage, there are far better ways to advocate against that than what Alexa is doing right now. Anyways, if you're gonna try and come into my comments and be like, no, this is a big deal, Kat should get in trouble for this, I don't know what to tell you. I literally couldn't care less. Once again, welcome to America. Did you go to college? Where some people are over 21 and some people are under 21, but they're all going to the same parties. They're all going to the same fucking parties, bro. Do you think the underage people aren't drinking? Like Alexa, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were for Prohibition. You're in the wrong era, queen. She would have thrived during the Prohibition era. If this is something she actually gives a fuck about, Alexa would have been out there with the best of those ladies being like, ban the alcohol. It's destroying our husbands. Our husbands aren't the problem, it's the alcohol. It's the devil in the bottle. I'm sorry. This is so unserious. She's a ridiculous person. Let me get this video back on track real quick, okay? Here we go. All right, back to serious time. So, to recap, we have Alexa Nikolas with her also frivolous lawsuits and ridiculous lawsuits that rope in Adam McIntyre in the same way that Ethan Klein has his lawsuits, roping in Hassan Piker because at the end of the day, that's who he really hates and really blames for his downfall. Alexa blames Adam and Kat, probably Kat more, I guess, but I don't really know. It really seems like she blames Adam quite a bit too for her downfall, for people not liking her anymore. And just like Ethan, it's actually because of her behavior, her opinions. She said something interesting on the live stream she did where she talks about wanting to have her own opinion as a survivor, etc., and no one is stopping her from having her own opinion. What she doesn't like is the way people are reacting to her opinion. She has her opinion of the Drake Bell stuff, and she doesn't like that other people don't like her opinion. They disagree with her. And they think that her opinion on the Drake Bell situation is contradictory to her stance of eat predators. That is why people don't fuck with you anymore, Alexa. It has nothing to do with Kat or Adam or Paige or whoever the hell you want to blame at this point, and everything to do with you. That is, of course, ignoring all of the stuff to do with Eat Predators that's been coming out. Again, I will be linking those videos down below. Yeah, like I said, Ethan Klein and Alexa, two peas in a pod, two sides of the same coin. They both engage in frivolous lawsuits, which I guess isn't surprising since they supposedly share a lawyer. And also, look, I'm not gonna say I know Alexa's opinions on Israel-Palestine, but she did lean into the narrative about Hassan having a Nazi sword, which, if you know anything about that, you know that that is ridiculous and stupid. But she said it. I think it was more about backing up Ethan, more about trying to gain clout with Ethan, because again, Alexa is not very relevant. She has a small and loyal fan base, but not enough to really make an emotion against anyone, against someone like Adam or even Kat, really, who doesn't have an audience or anything like that, but still, she doesn't have the motion. But Ethan kind of does. At the very least, Ethan has the audience to go after these people. So if she can get Ethan invested in going after Adam as hard as he has gone after other people, I do think that that would be great for her in her mind. And I think that very well may be her goal. I think that's why she went on Ethan's podcast. I think that's why she's been cozying up to Ethan as much as she can, because at the end of the day, she wants to do exactly what Ethan is doing to Adam and to Kat. Probably Paige at this point, I wouldn't be surprised, and to anyone else that she doesn't like. Alexa Nikolas is, in my opinion, a fraud. I think that she has used Eat Predators to try and build up her reputation. I do think there is perhaps a part of her that genuinely cares about eating predators because she herself is a victim, but become very clear that she doesn't necessarily care about all victims equally, and if she doesn't like somebody, then it doesn't matter if they're a victim or not. She doesn't really seem to respect them or give them any grace or understanding. She just calls them a bully, and that gives her justification to go after them as much as she desires. Which again, very similar to Ethan Klein. Find somebody, call them a bully, make it out like they're the one who's attacking you, they're the problem, when it's you who continues to engage with them. One last thing before I go, because I was watching her live stream while editing this video, and she goes on a very long rant about Adam using her situation to make money. Normally, I don't care about where your money's coming from. I don't really care about all that shit. I don't really want to get into all that shit. But she says so many times that she doesn't make money from Eat Predators. She doesn't make money from YouTube. And so I have to wonder, where is her money coming from? I guess it could be coming from her husband. I don't know what his job is. I know she has children to take care of, but she claims she's not making money from YouTube. She's not making money from Eat Predators. And if I'm to believe that, then I do kind of wonder, Alexa, where are you making your money from? Since we're asking, since you're so interested in how Adam makes his money, you really should step up to the table here, right? I mean, since we're discussing where people are getting their money from. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not sure I completely believe that she doesn't make money from Eat Predators, or that she hasn't made a lot of money through Eat Predators and through various ways of possibly exploiting her followers. I don't know for sure. Some of the stuff I've seen, it doesn't really add up to her not making money from this whole thing, so I don't know. This is completely and entirely my speculation, my questions on the matter. I would love for her to clear this up, because I am now just very curious as to where her money is coming from. It's really none of my business, just like it's none of her business how Adam makes his money. To sum it up, I want to make my opinions on Alexa very clear. I think she is hypocritical. I think she is a bully. I think she has a very nasty spirit. And I think that while Eat Predators may have started out as something good, as something positive, through Alexa's influence over time, it has become something very negative and something that seems to do more harm than good to the survivors within the group. In my opinion, it is incredibly, again, reminiscent of Ethan going after people. It's so incredibly audacious of her to continue to go after Adam, to continue to try and paint Adam as a bully when she herself continues to engage in bullying and harassment of people. And I don't like that. I don't like that hypocritical behavior. And there's a part of me that just has to call it out when I see it. I'm gonna wrap this video up here because I don't have much else to say. Alexa said a lot of things during her live stream. She also questioned how much Adam makes on YouTube, and it was just really, again, disgusting. Very, I'm better than you, I'm a more important person than you, which, debatable. And she commented on Adam's experiences with Colleen Ballinger, very much engaging in bullying behavior, but let her tell it, she's being bullied. It's just very frustrating to watch, and I had to get my opinions out there a little bit, so here they are. That is really it though. If you did enjoy this video, please do me a favor and leave it a like, leave it a comment, do all that stuff. I would appreciate it. I will be down in the comments talking to you. If you're a fan of Alexa, I'll even talk to you, but like, I don't know, man. Come get your girl, I guess. That's all I got. Hit that subscribe button if you want more from me. I don't have much else to say. I am just going to end the video here. So thank you again for watching. Take care of yourselves. Free Palestine. And goodbye.